All right, the lights of Wembley are up and everyone's ready for the first semi-final of the FA Cup live at Wembley. It's all about Manchester United taking on Tottenham. That should be arguably the biggest of the two FA Cup semi-final games. And tomorrow we'll see that game between Chelsea and Southampton. But this one today, need I say tonight or this evening, it's Manchester United taking on Hurricanes Tottenham. Mauricio Pochettino's Tottenham, Christian Eriksen's Tottenham. You can name them plenty players and Tottenham as we're set to go out here at Wembley tonight. Wembley is not for Tottenham. Wembley is a neutral ground for both teams. And it's done. My name is Namdi Ekugba, and I'm not alone in the studio. I have the rest of the guys in here. Let's start off with the man to my left, Buchi, who comes in for this one. Buchi, it's the FA Cup semi-final. The FA Cup fever is right here.
The FA Cup fever, Namdi, like you said. I'm expecting a good game between Man United and Spurs. These are two teams that are kind of rated in England. Spurs under Pochettino, they call him one of the best coaches to play good football, but he has no trophy to show for it. He's playing home at Wembley. I think it's high time he gets something for Spurs. Also United, Mourinho, this year we expected United to do something miraculous this year, but they have not really been fantastic. They have to win something. Better to win something than win nothing. And the big boss also starting. Namdi, I'm expecting a good game, entertaining game. We must have a winner today. I can't wait for that.
Of course, definitely we can't wait for that. And do remember, or do know guys, that we are live on YouTube. That's youtube.com. You could just follow us right there. You could see YouTube, that's Nigeria Info FM. That's what it is for you to see us live here in the studio, Nigeria Info FM. And I'm not also just with Buchi. I have the man that I call right here in the studio with me. His name is Alex. Alex, how are you doing?
I'm good, Namdi. It's the FA Cup feeling, the FA Cup fever comes in right here in the studio. Manchester United, Tottenham. Big game by all standards, big game by all measures. You want to say, I think for Tottenham, they will be looking to do something extraordinary here today. If they beat Manchester United, they will be looking at the FA Cup as something to win this season. But if Manchester United go on to beat them here, you want to say, write the story and write it again. Jose Mourinho will be looking at the FA Cup as something of a trophy to bag this season. But big game, just started out there. We'll be seeing both sides come alive in this game, surely. I think Tottenham would want to bring the firepower, try to see if they can beat this Manchester United side here at Wembley. We know Tottenham for this season, but it's a neutral ground for looking to get into the final for the Upton's time. They always know how to play big games like this. It's good to be here, Namdi. It's never a bigger occasion than to play the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Right here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's good to be here. Let's talk football.
All right, of course, we're not just talking. We're letting you guys know how it is going down out there at Wembley. And just to let you guys know, the players on the pitch for both Manchester United and Tottenham. By the way, United attack Tottenham from the right to the left, attack United from the left to the right. Buchi has all players on the pitch.
Yes, Namdi. For United, they start this game out with 4-3-3 formation. They have that man, Hugo Lloris.
On the right hand side, Antonio Valenta, trophy they are vying for. Just to take it from the left hand side. And the cross comes in, but the defense of Tottenham deal with that one. It falls out, and this should be a counter-attacking move for Tottenham. And well, the counter-attacking move is ongoing. Emmanuel Etim is in the studio right here. Emmanuel,
yeah,
good evening to you.
Well, it's good to be a part of the broadcast. Good evening to you and to the guys and the listeners. Listening to the introduction, certainly this is a massive fixture for the two teams. Looks like compensation trophy for Tottenham or Manchester United. Of course, City have picked up the Premier League title. I think Chelsea will give anyone who advances, maybe Southampton. But like you rightly mentioned, this is the biggest of the two semi-final fixtures.
And that's what it is. Jose Mourinho taking down some notes. He said this before the game against Bournemouth, that the United players were auditioning for this one. We can see what the audition results have pulled out.
And I don't listen to the audition, honestly. If you say audition, players have stepped up against Bournemouth, Rashford and the rest. So, but they didn't start in this game. We know Sanchez was kind of horrible in that game they lost against West Brom at home. So the audition was false. Not really, if I can use that. But it doesn't really matter. I think in the big games, you need your big players. And you also need Alexis Sanchez. He stepped up in big game. A good example was it was at Arsenal. He stepped up big time.
And Jesse Lingard on the right-hand side, and the cross is poor. He sends it, but proper defended by Jan Vertonghen. Comes in and kicks the ball out. It's a corner kick for Manchester United. And to look at the game, it's been both teams attacking themselves. United win at their second. Their second corner kick, one on the left and the other now on the right. Jesse Lingard is to take his swings forward. But the Tottenham defence, of course, used their head to take that one out. He has a second bite on the cherry. Can he? Jesse Lingard still on the right-hand side. Chooses to pass to Antonio Valencia. Now and for Manchester United. Since that 3-2 victory away from home, Jose Mourinho has been playing with a midfield three. That has Nemanja Matic and Ander Herrera in there. And United attack from the left-hand side this time. Now Paul Pogba meets the end of the pass from Alexis Sanchez, but the linesman flags for an offside.
Namdi, you spoke about Ander Herrera. Watch that match against Bournemouth. There was one pass he passed, Namdi, against Bournemouth. There was one pass he passed, Namdi. That pass, we used to call it Syro when we used to play football. Syro passes. Spiritual passes. Syro is when Namdi, what's this? The longevity and the horizontal base mixed together. That's when you call Syro. So that's what that kind of pass he passed. That pass was fantastic. To Jesse Lingard, and he passed the ball. Who tapped in and scored that goal for United, the first goal?
Was that your hand?
I know that was in my hand. So I expected that to step up. I remember when he came to England, his first inning was fantastic. Because it wasn't that fantastic, and Spurs are coming.
Spurs are coming forward, but Ashley Young stops that attack, and United gifted a goal kick. So what it is out here at Wembley. Stranger to see that this is not Tottenham's home ground for today. And Michel Vorm is the man in goal, and not Hugo Lloris. And it's over 8 minutes out there at Wembley. It's Manchester United 0, Tottenham 0.
And it's been a decent start, you've got to admit, Namdi, from the two sides. I think they've shown each other respect. Tottenham know this is crucial. And of course, Manchester United also mentioned earlier that this is like a compensatory trophy. Something for the fans to say, oh, at least it wasn't entirely a bad campaign. Tottenham out of the Champions League, lost to Juventus, United lost to Sevilla. And the Premier League is done and dusted. So this is quite a huge one. However, you look at the FA Cup trophy, and as much as Tottenham also have played more games at home.
And Alexis Sanchez might get that. Is that going to be a free kick? But the referee says no. He sees nothing wrong in that tackle. Now Paul Pogba on the left-hand side for Manchester United thinks of the cross, but decides to pass in. And it's Nemanja Matic with a cross. Lukaku is the man. But that header went high.
What was that?
That was a chance for Manchester United to open score.
Bullying goalie.
But this season they scored with his head a couple of times, Romelu Lukaku.
What was that?
But he decided to take this one. He beat Ben Davies with strength and height, but just couldn't get that one low. And disappointed Jose Mourinho.
You can see the frustration on Mourinho's face. I think Lukaku should have been doing better. Even if you didn't knock the ball well, at least knock it down for your teammates or make the goalkeeper work. That was bad. We know Lukaku, sometimes he's better with his head than his leg, and he didn't do so much there. I think he should be doing better, Namdi.
And here comes Spurs. That's Heung-min Son. The terror ball. Out to find those spaces, hit those shots. And this time it's Michel Vorm all the way back. Tottenham. And Davis Sanchez. Securing Tripe, but decides to shoot one up. And strangely, Christian Eriksen is free on the right-hand side. And let's see if he can pick out the man in the centre. Cross. That is the first goal for Tottenham. Dele Alli gets to the end of that cross from Christian Eriksen. And what a dance from the English international Dele Alli. And the cross from Christian Eriksen. Pinpoint, point blank. And Dele Alli was just had that little work to do. Slide and tap in, and David De Gea stood no chance.
Honestly, I follow your commentary. You said I don't know where that ball came from. Dele Alli. Look at that ball, fantastic ball from Sanchez. Fine touch from Eriksen to just he didn't even touch the ball. Just one, two. And Dele Alli was there. And the question is to be asked: where were the United defenders there? He was so free. We know Ali is not the technical kind of player. He gets to where the ball is. It reminds me of Mula. I know he sounds to Mula, but Dele Alli, he knows where to fantastic play. And that was a fantastic finish for him. I think the United defenders should have been doing better. But good one for Spurs. We wanted to see goals and we're getting goals. Namdi, there are still more goals in this game.
Namdi, big game. You want to say big game, and it took Tottenham Hotspur just 4 touches on the ball to get that one for themselves. 1-0. Dele Alli with the goal for them. You ask yourself the question, where was the Manchester United defence to clear that one out? But it was brave running coming from Dele Alli.
And United have a chance, and this should be one for Jesse Lingard. He's screaming and yelling for something. I think probably a player handled, but the referee didn't get to see that one. But Michel Vorm came off his line to get that ball as United looked for an instant response at that point, but never came. And Tottenham seek to push forward, probably to double the advantage. And here they come again, but this time a poor one. And that was from Davies. And Mauricio Pochettino, the celebration from him. Was right.
I remember my intro when I said Pochettino is quite weighted in England. Rated with the kind of football he plays. I think he's kind of overhyped, but he needs to win something to calm down the overhypedism, if you can use that word. Pochettino, a very, very good manager, knows how to play good football. I remember him from Espanyol. I came into Southampton. I'm also playing good football for Sports. But not be good football with good chop for this life. He needs trophy. And the good thing about him, he's playing in home. Spurs have been at Wembley this season. Though when they said he didn't start so well. But now I think they're starting the authority. Playing at home for the semi-final and also for the final is a huge responsibility for them, huge advantage for them. They should make good use of it, and they are doing it. Just 12 minutes, and they're leading United 1-0.
And that's the situation. 12 minutes, and make that 13 now. Doing a little bit too much in between 3 Tottenham players, and he's dispossessed. And here comes Tottenham, and Heung-min Son is on the ball, charging the Tottenham players are forward. And he thinks of that pass, sent it right, but United head stops that. Romelu Lukaku can't connect. As the Tottenham players seem to be bossing the midfield, and here they come again. Dele Alli now finds Davies on the left-hand side. And that's it. And Chris, Harry Kane just missed that touch. And yet again, the United defence found wanting. And that was another chance. And Heung-min Son. And was he offside? No, he wasn't. Just couldn't connect, and the United defence yet again in their 1s and 2s.
It's going to be a bit of concern for Manchester United, and of course the manager. Somehow towering figures they do have at the back. Valencia, not the tallest of players, but also he's got so much pace, and you begin to wonder why they're making do with all of those opportunities from the United right side of the fence. I think it's been the Tottenham attackers walking the left and right back of Manchester United, and when those crosses come through, just palpitations for the United defence, but again the perfect start for the neutrals. On paper it looked like United would get this one over and done with later 60 minutes, but the sort of start Tottenham have given in this encounter is massive. Without your leader and goalkeeper, talking about Hugo Lloris, and still they haven't really been trusting. I think that's a disadvantage based on performance from United. When you know the number one is not in goal and you have that mental advantage, yet you are not taking full advantage of it, it's quite demoralizing. But perfect start for Tottenham, and if they get a second, it might be just a mountain too high for United.
Mountain too high, definitely for United. And once again, you could catch us live on YouTube, so we are out there. Just search Nigeria Info FM or Nigeria Info Live, and you could see us there. And do drop your comments, and we'll do well to read them. So YouTube is the place to go. Nigeria Info FM or Nigeria Info Live. That's search place of YouTube. You could watch us live as we give it from Wembley. That's Tottenham taking on Manchester United. 16 minutes gone. It's Manchester United 0, Tottenham 1. And the goal was, they come again from the right hand side. It's Kieran Trippier. He beats his man Ashley Young. Still holds on to the ball. Now finds Christian Eriksen. Thought about the cross, but chose to pass infield. And that's to Eric Dyer. And back to Christian Eriksen. More central now, Tottenham. And it's to Ben Davies. And Heung-min Son, one-on-one with Antonio Valencia. Bits in for pace. And centre cross in. And Dele Alli almost on the end of that one. And you must say the crosses from Tottenham are quite threatening. From the left and from the right. The goal came from the right-hand side when Christian Eriksen asked to meet Dele Alli, and this time from the left. And Phil Jones was alive to that one. And United are under all sorts of pressure. They are the ones who... Ooh.
And the Mourinho is on para mood. He's kind of vexing with this. I think they need to work on the wings, especially cover up Ashley Young and Valencia are not getting enough cover. Actually, they should be getting. We know Spurs are coming from the wings. Son and Eriksen are big problems. I think they should be covering up for them. Otherwise, they might get more punished.
Dele Alli finds Harry Kane more central on this. Might be goal number 2. And almost. It goes wide. Christian Eriksen. Another chance for this Tottenham side. And the fans thought it was already in. And like we say, it started like a joke. Ball found Harry Kane, and the shot wasn't properly. Christian Eriksen just jumped up or bobbled on the grass, and that was the chance. David De Gea scrambling just to get onto the ball.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of stats. 3 shots by Tottenham, none from Manchester United. That's the story of the game.
That's the story of the game. I think this Tottenham side, they've really come alive in this game. Bearing in mind that if they win Manchester United here, they go straight into the finals. I think you want to say the Wembley Stadium feels like home for this Tottenham side. And when they play here, they play with confidence. They play with better... they just coordinate themselves and play good football. For Manchester United, they're struggling to get back into this game. If it keeps on going this way, I think Jose Mourinho will be forced to make some substitutions in the second 45 minutes. But Manchester United, they need to come alive in this game. They are giving Tottenham too much chance, too much space on the ball, and they can get punished if they leave Tottenham getting more space and more time on the ball.
And United trying to get control of this one. Ashley Young now to Paul Pogba, and he finds Sanchez. Sanchez goes in more central, but he's dispossessed by these Tottenham players, and here they come, and this is Harry Kane. Finds the run of Heung-min Son, one-on-one with Antonio Valencia, and this could be goal number 2 for Tottenham, but the shot was blocked by the United captain Antonio Valencia. And the United defense yet again in their 1s and 2s.
And we used to call that fine marking. That was fantastic marking from Antonio Valencia. You know, he was the last man. He had to make him push in. Another defenders came in and supported him.
And it's a corner kick now for Tottenham. And it's Ben Davies to take this one. It's going to be an outswinger. 20 minutes played. It's Manchester United 0, Tottenham 1. And the players are Dembele. It's Antonio Valencia who gets that one out for Manchester United. And Alexis Sanchez is the lone man forward for United, but just couldn't get to the ball. Michel Vorm assist to Davison Sanchez, whose pass, funny enough, from his own half, found Christian Eriksen free. And the possession count is United 40% of that possession. It means that Tottenham have 60% of it. Tottenham have been quite dominant shots, leading by possession and also leading by goals scored. Christian Eriksen has been in red hot form for Tottenham. But should bear in mind, Tottenham haven't won in the last 2 games they've played. Drawn both of them. For United, the last 2 games, 1 win and one loss and 1 win. And at the moment they're losing to Tottenham. And Ashley Young sends a long one in to Alexis Sanchez on the left-hand side. He has Davison Sanchez on him. Tries to pass to Paul Pogba. Ashley Young comes forward to get onto the ball. Tries to beat his man, but just can't do that. Kieran Trippier stopping him on his tracks, and Davison Sanchez does the dirty work, getting the ball out for Tottenham. Paul Pogba now. More physical and can't get past Christian Eriksen, and United win a free kick. Not in much of a promising area. but an area that they could send the balls in. But just looking at Paul Pogba's performance, so far, still the same Paul Pogba.
Well, it's hard to answer such a question. I don't know which is still the same Paul Pogba. If it's about his form, probably still the same. If it's about his abilities and qualities, of course, none compared to what he's done so far. Still so much in him.
And Ashley Young sends one in, but the Tottenham defence deal with that one, and Chris Smalley to that one, and the ball is out again. Heung-min Son chases, but it's won by Phil Jones. And Antonio Valencia gets onto the ball. Dembele stops him from moving forward. And here's Jesse Lingard running back to his post. And the pass is to David De Gea, who should send one forward, as he does, to find Paul Pogba. Poor chest control from him.
He was waiting for the official to actually signal for a foul, but there's no way. And the referee would give that as a free kick against Tottenham.
And you can see the way the United players are trying to press high on this pitch.
You know, for the last 3 minutes, I think they've been able to steady the ship. They've somehow pegged back Tottenham Hotspur. The pressure has been laid flat. United are gradually getting into possessions that are threatening, and that's the only way you can hold Tottenham. Get possession and try to create those chances. If it's about quality on the pitch, obviously Manchester United has that in quantum, from Lukaku to Sanchez to Paul Pogba. So their ability is never in doubt. It's how to work together to achieve that particular desired result, which first would be getting the equaliser and seeing how well they can outscore Tottenham.
And the winner free kick on the right hand side, and it's going to be an in-swinger as Alexis Sanchez runs onto the ball. And the United 6-footers are in. Lukaku, Pogba, Smalling, Jones, Matic, and the Tottenham defence have to be quite careful. One, it's a free kick, he swings it in, and he finds Nemanja Matic on the far post, and he sends a cross in, and yet again the Tottenham defence do their job. Phil Jones heads wide to the right hand side to Alexis Sanchez, who sends another cross in, and United strikers and Paul Pogba slides to get that one, but it's gone wide, and Kieran Trippier could start an attack for Tottenham. He finds Dembele away, sends a cross in, and that should be equalised. And guess who scores it? The shortest man on the pitch for United, Alexis Sanchez, equalises for Manchester United. And now we have a game on our hands.
Well, I said it was going to be a fixture that United can actually achieve something. The past 3 minutes, that's the only way you get a goal in a football game. Hold on to possession. And I mentioned the fact that they haven't taken note that it's not Hugo Lloris who's in goal. If not, the confidence will be there for the strikers. I mentioned Sanchez, I mentioned Pogba, and I mentioned Lukaku. It all began from Lukaku's chase. Pogba regained the possession. And of course, Selmao just found that opportunity to swing one in. Beautiful cross from the Frenchman. And the Chilean headed the ball down beyond Michael Vorm. Perfect equaliser. That's what pressure does to the opposition. If you don't hold on to possession, if you look at Tottenham like Real Madrid, then psychologically it dampens your morale. But for United, as much as this is Tottenham home ground for the season, it is Wembley. For all teams coming here, it feels like a neutral ground. Perfect response from Manchester United.
And I need to add to that, and this is like the first time I'm seeing them really lose the ball. And that was a fantastic cross.
Yeah, how many times do you see someone, out-muscle Dembele?
It don't pay. Pogba did that like it's nothing. Fantastic goal to Sanchez. Namdi, I think when you need your big boys, how they stepped up. Two United big players, Pogba and Sanchez, players that have been under huge criticism from the press. How they stepped up. Fantastic goal from Pogba. Unless it was able to put it in. A good one for United. One of the good game, and we are getting it.
All right, it's a good game, and it's 1-1 out there. 25 minutes, and the red smoke is everywhere out there at Wembley, as the United fans have come alive in this one. What a way to respond after that opening goal from Dele Alli.
A smile.
Alexis Sanchez equalises for Manchester United, and Jose Mourinho is doing the Louis van Gaal.
It's giving me so much joy. I'm just seeing him. And this is like the third time he's right in there. Namdi, even though United are kind of still in this game, dressing room is going to be tough there. He's going to pinpoint their errors, each of them.
And here comes Tottenham play on. The referee says Heung-min Son thinks of the shot but decides to pass to Harry Kane in the box. Now Harry Kane turns round and no one to get to the ball. He has to go all the way back to Eric Dyer. Now on the left hand side is Ben Davies. Tottenham holding things, and Dyer sends a crossfield one to Kieran Trippier and Alexis Sanchez. And the referee says he's not fouled, and here comes Paul Pogba for Manchester United, but Dembele gets onto the ball. Now, Eric Dyer. And the referee doesn't know.
Yeah.
The referee doesn't know what to do.
Great call, actually. It was a great call. It was the earlier tackle from Valencia. But the referee played the advantage, and I thought Son could have actually hit from that position. He completely confused Harry Kane, and that's the reason why United were able to regain possession. But great officiating from Mike Dean, it seems.
Was that meant to be a yellow or a red card?
Well, it depends on how you're looking at it. It has been given, and of course, certain referees would even wave that aside and never return to dish out the yellow card. So for Valencia, he's got to be cautious. Already, his position has been under intense pressure. With a yellow card, well, I think Dele Alli would have him for dinner.
And Romelu Lukaku one-on-one with Davis. And thinks of that cross, but chooses to pass Paul Pogba. Recycles. Thinks of the shot again now to Romelu Lukaku on the right-hand side. Lukaku is to cross the ball, and the cross comes in and just gets Lingard. And that was a miss. A miss and a half. That was point blank in front of the goalkeeper, and decided to head the ball over. And the cross was lovely from Romelu Lukaku. Once Jesse Lingard just couldn't find his finishing touch to that one. And that would have been United 2-1.
Namdi, it's like having the wrong person in the right position. I think if you switch it, it should have been Lingard crossing the ball and Lukaku there. I think that would have been a good ball. It happens in football. But good one for United. That gets into the game. Mourinho right now with calm is like, okay, it's 1-1 now. But I'll still shut up my players. Namdi. I think there'll be more goals before the first half ends.
And we're hoping for more goals. That's what football is all about. At 1-1. Means the game won't have to get into extra time. Because there must be a winner in this one. As Tottenham looking to find themselves go forward, and lovely tackle from Nemanja Matic, and now that's under Herrera, fouled by Sanchez rather, and Son is the second player in the book of the referee. Now it's now 1-1.
He's such an enterprising player. Yeah, Heung-min Son. If he's not getting the goals, he's providing the assist, or he's making those tackles. Just sort of players managers fancy. But again, a yellow card in the first 29 minutes. I don't think that would be decent statistics, but again, the two sides are fully in this fixture. No one is superior in terms of performance. It's been 50-50.
50-50 it is, 50-50 because it's 1-1, 50-50 in terms of yellow cards. And one for United, Antonio Valencia, and one for Tottenham, Heung-min Son. And Jose Mourinho is now a calmer figure. And he should be worried about the right-hand side for Manchester United.
The amount of pressure, apologies, the Tottenham. But again, we've seen players pick up a yellow card in the first 2 minutes and go the entire stretch and not getting sent off. If there's anyone in the United fold that can do it, it's Valencia. He's even safer than Paul Pogba. Pogba gets a yellow card, a potential that he's going to get sent off is higher. But for Valencia, it's just too much experience.
Too much experience. 30 minutes played out here at Wembley. So United 1, Tottenham 1. What an FA Cup semi-final. And once again, the two big boys for United connected to get the goal. And the tackle, watch Jesse Lingard now. Finds Paul Pogba on the left-hand side. One-on-one with Kylian Trippier. But that's a throw-in for Manchester United. Just in the half of Tottenham. And United, since getting that goal, have been more solid. Defending and coming forward. And once again, guys, you could watch us live on YouTube. You could search for Nigeria Info Live. Send those comments and we'll do well to read them. Maybe if we're nice enough, give out something. Because we are that nice. We are that nice. We have things to give out, guys.
We have personally have things to give out.
So if you impress us, maybe Buchi would be nice enough.
Exactly, to give things out.
Yeah, to give things out. So do send your comments on YouTube. It's Nigeria Info Live. Or you could search for Nigeria Info FM on YouTube, and you'll see us live. Myself, Emmanuel Etin, Buchi, and Alex, the Mandemakol, who is also looking forward to that Copa del Rey final between Barcelona and Sevilla.
Big one.
That's something to look forward to. Sevilla showed that they were big when they beat Manchester United. Also showed that they were big when they, made Bayern struggle.
They made Bayern struggle. Yeah, and I think coming into that final, they've been somewhat good in the La Liga, but the Copa del Rey, it's a different feeling. It's a different competition entirely. But Barcelona will be looking to make it the 30th La Copa for the history of the club. They have the
30th?
most, 30th Copa. If they win today, it's a record-breaking one for them. It's 1, 2, 3, la décima. You want to put it that way. 10 in 3.
I don't know get Spanish for how do you this?
That's the meaning, but 10 in 3. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, la décima.
I know dos. You play for
dos. But the final of the Copa de la Rey comes up at 8:30 today. Sevilla and Barcelona, Wanda Metropolitano in Madrid, live.
In Madrid?
Yeah, Wanda Metropolitano.
Atletico home.
Yeah,
the home of
Madrid.
Atletico Madrid. And while he was having that Copa del Rey conversation, has just been left or right for both teams. No one really bossing as Moussa Dembele holds on to the ball in the midfield, but Paul Pogba intercepts, and Jesse Lingard just shoots one forward. What we call anywhere Belef is. Jesse Lingard, glorious chance to put United ahead for the first time in this tie. It's now 33 minutes out there at Wembley. Manchester United 1, Tottenham 1. And then the game has died down.
I know that. I think the game have settled like a vegetable soup. That's the way it settled down so well. The game started so well. Spurs getting that first goal, fantastic goal. United settled in and let it heading the equalizer for them. I'm expecting to be a good game. That's what I expected. We just need a moment of magic, crazy moment of magic to get this third goal. And Namdi, this might be the moment.
This might just be that moment of magic. Ander Herrera fouls Harry Kane, and it's a free kick in a promising position for Tottenham. And if Harry Kane isn't looking to go for glory, I think Christian Eriksen should be the man. So this should be like 25, 28 yards out.
It's kind of too far though. Well, it's possible.
Christian Eriksen can hit anything. David De Gea has been beaten once by Dele Alli.
Oh, he's a beast.
The wait for this opportunity. And I can see Harry Kane. Oh, that's no Christian Eriksen. Harry Kane is out of position. Christian Eriksen is the only one.
Do it for the culture.
And Ben Davies also. So right and a left footer. And Harry Eriksen decides to pass, and that's to Kieran Trippier, who couldn't control, and the cross comes in to Eric Dyer. And Moussa Dembele can't control. Romelu Lukaku goes off with the ball. Now Lukaku bullies his brother. And he decides to go forward solo, but this time around back in drones to stop the rampage in Romelu Lukaku from getting past them. And that was the training ground really from Christian Eriksen, but Kieran Trippier just couldn't get the ball under control.
He didn't get under control. I think that would have been good execution if it worked out. And I've been observing something. I think that this is like one of the worst games I'm seeing Dembele play.
Yeah.
Even though it's just 34 minutes. Dembele normally boss midfield. He played against Arsenal, boss me. Against City, he bossed me. Against Liverpool also he was so good. But in this game he has been kind of there. We saw Lukaku Pogba won the ball against Dembele. It's kind of weird because this guy his leg is like a magnet. He had to lose the ball, and he lost the ball against Pogba, and he's losing the ball again. Bad one.
And Heung-min beats Paul Pogba on the right hand side, and the referee says it's a free kick. Wait on the referee's decision to give a yellow. No, he doesn't. But it's a free kick for Tottenham, and that way to call. The touch, that was a knee-to-knee. It's definitely a free kick.
That's a foul.
But it was soft work.
Soft.
It's a free kick. There was contact.
But it was soft.
And I think Mauricio Pochettino is asking why he wasn't given a yellow card for that. And I think, of course, the usual suspects stepping over this one, Christian Eriksen and Ben Davies. It's Christian Eriksen is definitely going to be an outswinger. And for Ben Davies, an in-swinger. And the United under attack once more. From this Tottenham side, it's 36 minutes. We'll wait and see how this goes, and it's a cross, but a poor one from Christian Eriksen. And Jesse Lingard once again hits forward, and Alexis Sanchez chases. And it's safe home to Michel Vorm. And that was from Jan Vertonghen. As Tottenham build again from the back. It's now Tottenham bossing. Dembele drives his team forward and goes to the left-hand side. It's Ben Davies. Sends a cross in, but Ander Herrera was there to stop it. Holds on to the ball and shoots for Romelu Lukaku. Stop. He does head the ball backwards, but Davison Sanchez was all over him like a rash. And Musa Dembele goes forward again. As the Tottenham keep the pressing. Keep pressing forward. And it's Kieran Trippier on the right hand side. Ashley Young. One-on-one with him. And watch that pass to Humington, and almost something. And that was a chance, and the linesman's flag wasn't raised. And what a pass from Christian Eriksen.
Spiritual.
And the United defense once again were caught napping.
He's offside.
That was offside.
That was
Offside.
10 years offside, and the linesman did not raise his flag. I bet you if that had gone in for VAR,
United voted against it.
that was a chance, and the Tottenham fans know it. That if the linesman, of course the linesman's flag wasn't up.
And I think that was bad officiating from the referee. Looking at the replay, that was definitely off. I don't know what the referee was thinking about, but it happens in football. I'm talking about United best player for me this half to be Sanchez. He's the FA Cup specialist when it comes to Arsenal. He played in 2 finals for Arsenal. He scored in both finals against Aston Villa, where he scored a fantastic goal, and also against Chelsea, where he scored that controversial goal. So I think you can say he's a specialist in the FA Cup, and he scored in this match also. And that means United have the advantage. They also one that won the FA Cup 2 times. And scored in both finals. Specialist in the FA Cup.
Lovely sarcasm from Bucci.
No, it's not sarcasm.
What is it?
It's realism.
Okay, realism, he calls it. As we are seeing United's David De Gea take one forward. And comes back to him. As Tottenham have, in the last 5 minutes, have been bossing this one right there at Wembley. If you're just joining us right here, it's 99.3 Nigeria Info FM. It's Football Frenzy, and we're taking you through the FA Cup semi-final game between Manchester United and Tottenham. And like I said, if you're just joining us, it's 1-1. Dele Alli for Tottenham, Alexis Sanchez for Manchester United. And it's 39 minutes, and Michel Vorm almost caught but eventually cleared the ball, and here comes Tottenham. And Harry Kane decides to do the Eriksen, but that was poor. Straight into the arms of David De Gea. So United make things more balanced in this game. Sent a long one forward again. Going down for Manchester United. 39 minutes in. The Tottenham fans are at the edge of their seats. The old and the young. And may I add the youthful.
They're lazy.
And Paul Pogba for Manchester United. Finds Antonio Valencia on the right hand side. This is the first time I'm seeing him in this advanced position for Manchester United. And Jesse Lingard to Ander Herrera. Back to Jesse Lingard. The referee waves play on. And Humington is the man on the ball. And he finds Dele Alli on the right hand side now. And lovely block from the United.